All right. Good. Rob, where you at with it?
I had to go to the tablet, and I just got to work around on how small it is, trying to figure. I don't have the whole screen up, so
Okay, we can keep working on it this way.
I'll keep working on it. But at least I can see how much damage I got.
Yeah.
The hit point.
Yeah, the important things, hit points especially. Welcome back. A little bit earlier today than normal. Happy holidays.
Yeah.
Nice relaxing day for myself, for the most part.
Well, at least somebody was relaxed.
Rocking the new camera, which I'm happy about. So no more tablet cam. It went from 1990s VHS-C camera to tablet cam to an actual webcam now. I beat
Welcome
COVID.
to the modern era.
Yeah. So that's good, and everyone else is good. Uh-oh, we lost a Blaylock. He has faded into the background.
What do you mean?
Gears.
What?
Don't what us. See, there he is. Boop-boop. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get rolling where we left off. The party explored deeper into the temple, finding some lost hostages that were there. Some of them passed as they went deeper in and met an unlikely creature inside the middle of the temple named Ishtab. And he proposed bartering a deal of recovering his bauble that they stole from him and created a whirlpool that transported the party back to the coast where the fort is, along with the leftover survivors, in an attempt to return this bauble. And the party was walking into the fort with the survivors as we left, and that's where we're going to pick up tonight's episode. So, if I remember correctly, Charval sees you walking in with the prisoners and asks, "What have you done?"
We brought back some friends.
Need to have a talk.
And she looks down at the ones you've brought back, and she looks at you, all of you, and her eyes dart back and forth, and she lunges forward and kind of pushes you out of the way as she embraces them in a massive hug. "You were lost to us. Welcome home." And she snaps her finger. It's like an echoing snap. It's loud. And a couple soldiers run up, and you can see like a look of shock on their face as they see these that you've brought back, and they embrace them and grab them and immediately take them and start leading them toward the mess hall where the food was. How are you here? What is that whirlpool?
That is our way back down to where we came from.
That is fantastic magic. Which one of you did this?
Where are we right now?
Just inside the the north part of the fort.
Just so how many people are around? Is it just the group and her, or there be other?
Captain Charval. There's a couple soldiers there that saw you coming in. There's some above you on top of the wall.
Okay. All within earshot, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Captain, we need to speak in private and quickly.
And she kind of darts back and forth to you and looks at all of you. Sure. This way. And takes you back to the quarters where you had stayed before. You walk in, and it's not a small place, but it's big enough for all of you to get in there and talk. And I'm so excited all of you are back. What is it?
There is a very powerful being very close to this fort. And there is something that was taken from him from a member of this fort. And he would like it back, or he's given us a choice that this situation will get worse.
You look at her and what do you mean? I don't remember.
A bubble. He mentions a bubble, and a bubble was stolen from him, and he would like it back. Yes. Now nod at Nemoria.
Do you know of this bubble that we were talking about?
We've collected many things. Could you describe what do they look like?
Purple pants.
Funny voice.
Very funny voice. But I guess everybody has a funny voice. But purple pants, very, I would say almost Jin-like in appearance with purple pants.
He has enough power to destroy everyone here. Let's just put it that way.
That whirlpool came from him. And it was no sweat.
He can teleport, at the very least, people just at a snap of a finger. No saying what kind of power this man has.
He took being attacked by the people of this fort as a great insult, and in turn now takes the people of this fort as his plaything.
So, we need to find this bauble if you value the life of your people in this fort. Because if we do not find it, he will come, and there will be nothing left.
I know what it is you speak of. And she reaches into a pouch and she pulls out this small, lightly glowing stone wrapped in silver. The stone almost looks carved into the shape of a seashell of some sort. Tied around it, almost like a necklace of sorts, is a thin leather rope-like strap, and she kind of cups it into her hands. But we were saving this. Our next evaluation is coming soon, and a prize of this sort could greatly increase our standing and supplies with the city. We could start expanding here and assaulting the Deadspokes instead of just protecting against it.
I can understand. that idea, but now that more knowledge of the situation has come to fruition, I think it best to reconsider.
You know it's hard for my soldiers here to keep justifying our position here. We'll eventually be able to shore up and defend against any attack. This could help with that.
How
Surely
have
you
your efforts
understand
been
my
going?
position.
Well, I do. But how have your efforts been going with soldiers disappearing?
Poorly, as you know.
Maybe.
Put it this way. There may be none of you left before your evaluation.
We keep getting recruits. We'll try harder.
I'm sorry.
This is the key.
I don't think you understand the situation. This is a very powerful being, and the fact that you have this bubble is a nuisance to him. If he were to exercise his full focus, then there won't be a fort.
And she been cupping her hands over the top of this bauble, and she just kind of opens it up and looks down at it again. Blaylock, make a persuasion check with advantage because
Oh, that's
everyone-
such a bad idea.
everyone is helping you.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that. 10
Oh no. With advantage?
with advantage. I have no modifier to my. Why?
She looks at you. And she kind of looks back at the... And she takes it and sets it on a table that's there in the shack. Take it. Solve this problem. We'll somehow survive here.
Do you honestly think that maybe having somebody with this kind of power on your side might raise your stature?
Grayson, what if we were to offer him something? Now we'll look at the captain. Any thoughts?
I don't.
I mean, he did try to introduce himself.
Yes. We are alive because of his grace.
Would he be willing to forgive our offenses? Barter a friendship?
I think it's possible.
I believe you would be the one who would have to initiate that. You would have to go on. You would have to come, and you would have to do it your own.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to agree with Nemoria.
I'm not above apologizing for the wrongs I've made. I can swallow my pride. But if this creature is as powerful, and yes, I do remember them coming in, they did destroy quite a bit. If they're willing, so am I. And she turns and looks back at the bauble on the table, and you can see her grip her hands together and squeeze them into fists.
If we go, are you capable of relinquishing that to him? Or would you like one of us to carry it?
I think it would be best if one of you or all of you took it to him and explained the situation as to not startle my men. I'll need to make them aware.
Still believe it is best for you to come with us.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'll get my second in command and have him start informing the troops that they are no longer to attack the purple-panted one. And I will go with you back.
Formalities. He goes by the name of Ishtab.
Ishtab. Okay.
And compliment his purple pants.
Please. He is a big fan of the pants.
And she looks at you and just kind of a puzzled look. Oh, okay.
Powerful creatures have powerful eccentricities.
You will see when we get there.
How much time do you need to prepare your men?
Just a few moments. I could get that process started as we... Did you bring back any for the rewards that were offered?
I did. I kind of feel bad about this now since as I dumped the bag out and there's 15 heads.
These were your men.
These are your men.
And for that, you have our condolences.
And you see the look of horror on her face as she recognizes each face. Tears begin running down her face. And you kind of get that understanding that not only is she the commander here, but each soldier is like a family member. And she cares for all of them very deeply. So seeing that, she knew this was the result. She knows that this is what she asked for, but actually seeing it hits her very hard, and she kind of drops down to a knee, and you see her feather the hair of one of them. Take these from me, please. There's a refuse hole. Just put them in there. It's behind the mess hall.
Start collecting them back up.
Please don't let my men see these.
Consider it done.
You get our gold still?
Yes, I will get that as I notify my commander.
Okay.
I will meet you at the whirlpool in an hour.
Excellent.
Very well.
And you see her kind of straighten her armor up and kind of adjust herself and rub her eyes and get the tears out of her eyes and fix herself to make herself presentable in front of her troops. She nods at all of you and turns and...
Captain.
Does she have the bauble, or did we take it? Or is it still on the table?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Captain,
Yes.
one thing that you could do for us, could you bring us a few healing potions each, so that way we could heal? It has been a very long journey, and some of us are beat up. Would that be too much to ask?
Make a persuasion.
Oh, sucks. 17. Well, at least I get advantage on it. I had a 2 and a 17.
Advantage from...
It just says persuasion, advantage.
Oh,
For my dwarven belt.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Hey, yeah.
That beard came in good.
Yeah. Those are my brethren also.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. It is much appreciated.
I'll pick up the bauble.
Okay.
And I'll place it in my pack.
I still think it's more important for her to do it.
I agree.
I think once we get there, before we enter in there, I think we should give the bauble back to her.
Let's secure it until we exit
I agree.
the fort. And let's tarry forth. Let's go.
So, you've got an hour as she leaves.
So, if we go out, when we go step back out into the main central area, I wanted to try and be as nondescript as possible as we carry this bag, or what would seem to be our belongings, back behind the mess hall.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks like a bag. There's nothing.
Yep. Just want to make sure that there are no eyes on us following us around, and we make it over there.
You see kind of some soldiers rushing around, talking to each other and passing things through. Nobody seems to care too much. They nod at you. Some of them remember you from the games that you played and those things, and they nod and smile and wave, but nobody's taking extra precautions to look at what you're doing.
Excellent. Yep. Yep. Grayson?
So, you're heading to that spot behind the mess hall, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rather unceremonious, but with the situation, I see no other way.
Anybody got a shovel?
I think we just dump them in this hole.
Yeah, you get back there, and there's of course some covers and different things that are over top of it. You lift it up. There's some scraps and spoiled meat and things and other excrement and things that are in this hole, but it's deep. It's very deep. And you guys kind of look around, and nobody's really watching, so you take the pouch and kind of empty it out into the hole with. You hear them kind of rolling down, and then spook, 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 as they land into some form of liquid that's down at the bottom.
Ugh.
And thanks for being couth there, Zoramir. Appreciate it.
Hey, we need our money.
Yes, I understand.
Gotta pay them Grayson bills.
That's true. He
Man's
is very
expensive.
expensive.
Yep. I think we should go and meet him. There's some things I need to take care of before we go back into the whirlpool. Unless anyone else has any problems with that.
No, I think we need to discuss what happened down there.
Yes. I'm not looking forward to this discussion. Let's go.
So you're going back to the cabin.
Just
thing?
to the shore before the whirlpool, so we can meet her.
I want to stop and refill my flask before we head up.
Okay. You stop in. Was there anything else you
Cookie, need some beer.
No problem. She takes it and fills it up, and she kind of leans, looking at you with a smile on her face as she's filling it up, and hands it over to you. To the heroes.
Let me get a tankard of that real quick as well, please.
Planning on having some adventures?
Yeah, we'll see.
Grabs one and fills it up and slams it up there on the counter.
I chug it down.
Okay.
Toss down 2 silver.
Thank you. Takes it and scoops it off the counter and into a pouch. You stay safe out there.
And then I head back out.
Okay. So you all head over to the whirlpool. You're super early.
Yep.
So you're there.
Yep. There's some things I need to investigate that we found down there, but beforehand, I owe everybody here an apology. The actions that I took down there cost the lives of 3 of the prisoners. And had I not listened to the wisdom of Grayson, they would still be alive. And I owe all of you an apology. We brought Grayson here as a guide because he knows these lands and I do not. And I forgot myself.
I don't know anything about what we encountered down there. You hired me for the Deadspokes. I have knowledge on the Deadspokes. But current situation as what it was. A lot of stuff we did not know. I wasn't saying that we were just going to leave them down there to die. We could have come back. Unfortunately, stronger egos were pushing. If you don't want my advice, that's fine. I'll keep my mouth shut. But just realize that by not taking this advice, 3 people died that didn't need to. And that's all I'm going to say.
Thank you.
We've all made mistakes. And those all 3 are not all on you, Blaylock. They're on me too.
Went down as a team. Can't put that sole blame on yourself, Blaylock.
Thank you,
We've
everyone.
seen an opportunity and we wanted to take it because we didn't know what was ahead. But that is something that those blood will be on our hands, and that's something that we're just going to have to deal with. It does not favor well for me, as because I'm trying to get in the good graces of Bahamut, and it doesn't look good. I keep messing up.
We have strengths in our own way, and we need to make sure that we focus on them and understand one another's strengths. Thank you. And I'm going to go off to the side and begin drawing the runes to identify a few items while we wait.
Okay. That takes 10 minutes. What's
10
everyone
minutes.
else want to do?
I'm going to start fidgeting with my whip.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the shore and find some nice flat rocks and try and water skip them into the whirlpool.
Okay. Okay. Nemoria?
I am going to go back to the whirlpool that goes back to where we were at, and I'm just going to sit at the edge and going to meditate to Bahamut.
All right. So Blaylock, you scribe the circle and start laying items. Which items do you put in?
All right, so we've got a shield that we found in there,
Mm-hmm.
2 short swords,
Mm-hmm.
a staff, and I'm a little mildly curious with that bag that seems to hold 16 heads pretty well.
Okay, that's still on Grayson.
Yep.
So unless you asked for it.
Yes, Grayson, can I see that bag for a moment?
Toss it over.
You just this wet bag of bloody.
Oh.
Well, that's what you find. It's not wet. It's not bloody. It looks perfectly normal. So you place it into the ring, and it is a bag of holding.
I thought so. This is very nice.
Every party needs a bag of holding.
Yes. Okay, I'll look that up and give it to the party.
Okay.
And then the shield.
It's just a shield.
Okay. And first short sword.
Just a short sword.
And the second one.
Just a short sword.
Time is waning. Very curious about this staff. And the staff. I'm gonna place it in the middle.
If you refresh your character sheet, you should see a new item in your inventory.
Yep.
It should be noticeable. Let me know if it's not.
Yep.
Okay.
No, I have to refresh it. Okay. And this bag of holding is very, very interesting. Good lord. Okay. This is quite the staff.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll keep hold of the bag if you want me to. It's not like I'm carrying it around anyway.
Yes, this bag, if you have not heard of its like before, it has an interior space larger than the inside. But I strongly recommend we do not put living things in here.
I've heard of things. I've seen something like this before.
They're pretty common. I would say most people know what a bag of holding is.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Of the magical items, people are aware of those.
I'm gonna think on this staff for a moment and kind of contemplate it. This is fairly amazing.
Okay. Are you thinking on it, or are
And
you
he's gone.
to it? Oh, he's gone. All right.
He's gone.
Grayson, since you were the first one, what do you want to do?
I think I'm going to try to attach some hooks to let me be able to grapple
Okay.
better.
Okay, to start that process, go ahead and make a dexterity check.
$24.
Oh, yeah. So that's one success. Okay. So you begin working with the chain and filing some parts down and smoothing them out and sharpening edges on it and attaching hooks and things on those. And that takes you a while. while you work on that. So Zormir, you're just skipping rocks into the whirlpool, and you get several in there.
All right.
It's a big whirlpool, so.
I give a little cheer, like it's the greatest accomplishment every time. Like, hey, guys, do you see that?
So you guys hear him in the background, like, yes, you know, like a little kid at Chuck E. Cheese. And Nemoria, you're meditating on everything that's happened and kind of focusing in on all that. Blaylock, I asked if you were thinking about that, or were you trying to attune to it?
I'm going to try to attune to it.
Okay. Usually that takes an hour. We'll let it go this time.
Well, I mean, I can continue to attune to it until she gets there. She did say about an hour.
Yeah.
So if she's a little bit over, then yeah, she might be late.
Okay.
You know, women.
I don't say that. So you grab a hold of it and you begin focusing on it, and it just begins like slowly vibrating in your hands, and you feel gearing inside of it start twisting and whirring and spinning. All of a sudden, a blue-like projected image appears right before you, and you see a gnome. He has a bald head, like with and a ring of hair around the sides that kind of meld into a large mustache. He's got a set of goggles sitting on the top of his head, and he looks around, almost sentient-like, and looks at you. Hello, I'm the Honorable Master Artificer Leo Frendenicon von Girmakanon III. You can refer to me as Leo. And he grabs the goggles, and he starts twisting them.
Leo, how wonderful to meet you.
I am fantastic, and I am glad. What year is it? I've not seen one of you before. Are you an artificer?
I am.
They will let absolutely anyone do this nowadays. That is fantastic. I'm so excited.
I'm not sure how to take that, but thank you.
Oh, you should take it. It's a positive thing. I was the best artificer in all the land. I built this staff.
It's quite marvelous.
But it does look kind of... And the image flickers a bit. Broken.
Can I do a investigation on it? More than like what I've already done by identifying it.
From what you can see, nothing on it looks broken.
Yeah, this is pretty advanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems that we're missing a key piece.
And what would this piece be?
Tell me, friend, are you familiar with cutting diamond focusing lenses?
Am I?
Give me an intelligence check.
Uh, 11.
Okay, you're vaguely familiar with it. You've never done one, but you remember seeing it in one of the books that you read.
I have read about it, but the materials are hard to come by to refine my craft.
And by the way, for the rest of you, you hear Blaylock talking, but nobody talking to him. He's basically talking to himself.
Oh.
Well, I can help you with that. I'm happy to help. First, you need a diamond. Not just any diamond,
Oh.
and not a little diamond, not a big diamond, just a, something around. Let's see. Take the math, carry the 2. What year is it? Oh, okay. Probably somewhere around 100 gold pieces worth. That size.
That's attainable.
Yes. Get that, and we can. Get that, and we can. Get that. We can. And it fixed. And then it like fades and vanishes.
So is that its only way of communicating with me so far? Is just through this visual display that only I can see?
Yes, so far.
Okay. Interesting. Then I'll give it a tap and see if I can get him to come back.
You tap it. Nothing at first, and then you see it form. Hello, I am Honorable Master Artificer Leo Frendelicon von Gearmekanon III. You may refer to me as Leo.
Hi, Leo. I am Blaylock.
Hello,
I am.
Blaylock?
Well, it is nice to meet you, and I will help you acquire your diamond. Thank you.
And just again, it crackles and fades.
Who are you talking to over there, Blaylock? You okay?
I am this creature came from my staff. You did not see it? And then I'll tap on it
Creature?
again. Yes, I'll tap on it again and I'll show the staff.
And you see Blaylock tap the staff and turn it toward you, and nothing happens.
Whoa!
but
Don't point it towards me.
But Blaylock, you hear, "Hello, I'm the Honorable Master Artificer Leo Frendelicon.
Yes, Leo. Yes, Leo.
You may refer to me as Leo."
Who are you talking to? There's no. Do you need to go see the doctor, Blaylock? You okay?
Interesting. Disregard. This is
Okay.
this is quite the staff. That will take some work.
You have one too many ales there, Blaylock?
Well,
Starting to see futures?
Besides the creature that you can't see, I can do this, and then I'm gonna point the staff, like I'm gonna hold it on my shoulder, okay, and then point the staff out into the sea.
Okay.
Okay, and then I wanna discharge a firebolt.
Okay. You see all the gear start spinning, and you hear, and this ball of fire goes out, and then you hear it into the distance in the water. Everybody sees this. Grayson, you see it. I mean, it kind of lights up the room. It's noisy.
I was holding a bunch of rocks I was getting ready to throw, and I just drop them all, and my eyes go wide. That was amazing. Do it again.
I am impressed.
Turn around. Do you think you might be able to hit something with that?
Stand there.
I might.
I just shake my head.
I just wake up. I just, I hear what was going on when I was meditating, and I just kind of, as I look up, I see the fireball, and I turn around, I see him, and I'm like, That's when I'm like, wonder if you could hit anything with it.
About that time, the captain walks up. Hello. What was that?
Refining my skill.
I see. I am ready when you all are. Do you have it with you?
I do. And I'm going to pull out the bauble.
Okay.
And, in hindsight, I really should have investigated that. Dang it. Dang it. And I'm going to hand it to her.
Okay. She takes it. And you see her just take a big, heavy sigh. And nods at you and I'm ready when you are.
Okay, let's head towards the whirlpool.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start walking. I'll start wading out into the water.
Okay. And you see Blaylock, and you see Captain Charval.
I'll go next.
Okay. Nemoria's.
I'll fall after.
Zormir, I grab Zormir before he walks into it.
Okay.
Whoa. Why are you grabbing me?
This thing has great power, more than what we understand.
Do you want me to shank him?
Set of eyes when we go in there.
You cut out for a second there.
All creatures can be trustworthy.
You want me to go into the whirlpool with my daggers at the ready?
No. Just keep your eyes open.
Like poke a companion in the rear end.
You seem to have a little more aptitude of not trusting. So we just need to be careful.
Well, with your experience and in the creatures that may reside in this region of the island, I'll keep an eye out for anything that looks suspicious. I'll be keeping
Gods
an eye
are
on you.
already a pain in the ass. Creatures that think that they're gods could be just as bad.
I hear you there. Well, should we devise some sort of signal to lay down the fire if things go awry?
I say, just attack. If that comes down to it.
I pull my dagger out of my hip that I stored and just kind of flip it and let the blade glint. I'm good with that plan.
And I walk in.
Zormir, you hop into.
Yep.
You all spin around and then as you all kind of get spit onto the shore in the room. And when you land, there's all these flat little rocks laying all over the room. And kind of standing, there's a pillar now in the room, and you see Ishtab kind of leaning against it, not amused, with his head resting in his hand and his legs crossed. I see you have returned. That's wonderful. Ishtab happy that you returned. But there is one more here.
I'm gonna step aside and let the captain see Ishtab and kind of give her a way forward.
And the captain stands up and kind of cleans herself off, and she walks up to him slowly. I believe I have done a great wrong. I must first say that those pants you wear are quite nice. And she kind of turns and looks back at you, Blaylock.
I'll nod.
Blaylock just starts nodding real quick. And she makes a weird face and turns back, and Ishtab kind of stands up, and he's got a big smile on his face, and he just kind of wipes down the front of the pants, and she looks at him. We did not understand your intentions, and our warlike nature has taught us to attack those who are different than us. And with that, we were wrong. I have something of yours, and I want to return it. And you see Ishtab kind of shift his body and look quizzically at her, and she pulls out the bauble, and his eyes get wide, and she hands it out to him, and he starts clapping. Ishtab, so happy you'll bring me back this wonderful gift. And he snatches it and holds on to it, and he looks at the captain and lunges forward and just embraces her in a big hug. No hard feelings. I take your people, and I will not do that anymore. And she embraced in this awkward hug, like a kid getting a hug from a grandma that's unwanted, and just kind of just wanting to push him away, but visibly hiding the discomfort. She looks at him, and I know it's not my place to ask for favors when this was our fault. But if you could find it in your heart to forgive us, we would appreciate any help that you could provide us. And he looks at the captain, and you see him still holding the bauble, like draping in his hand, and he starts rubbing his chin. There's a light chin strap of a beard, and the beard comes down to a point, and he's just kind of rubbing it. And Ishtab, tell you what, you get me beautiful pair of pants from Castle Verminion. Ishtab help you with whatever you need. And she again looks back at you guys with a quizzical look.
Told you he likes his pants.
These pants. Any particular fashion that you'd like? Color? Material?
And she turns back and, not a problem. Wonderful! See, and looks back at everyone. We are all friends now. We're all happy. Come, give Ishtab a hug. Come on, everybody, come in.
I'm gonna come in there and give him a hug.
Oh, you
Little
big
whip.
furry one. And there's a nice hat.
I'm just standing there side-eyeing everybody like, is everybody actually going to go in for a hug?
He looks down
Don't
at
want to.
Zoromir and... Come on.
Well, I'll nervously just kind of walk in and give a quick hug pat on the back.
He gives you a big hug and looks to Grayson and Zoromir. You too. You're all shy. You come here to Ishtab.
Try to change the subject. So, your collection, those are real people.
Oh, yes. Yes. Ishtab, they are my little collection. And I had them for many years. Maybe 1,000 years.
If you're still forgiving, then why haven't you released them yet?
Oh, they're dead. They may be magically stone, but they were ended much before that. It's amazing what you can do.
Like, you're like a magical taxidermist.
I could unpetrify them if you want to go bury them. But they would just be lumps of flesh.
I'll pass.
Yes, I don't. Your, I guess they serve well in your collection. Looking kind of quizzically at the party. I suppose.
They did start it. Ishtab didn't start it.
Now, these pants.
Yes. And he rubs them again.
What kind of pants do you want?
The beautiful ones.
Your definition of beauty may be different from ours there, Ishtab.
And he looks, look at these. They are purple, which is royalty. They are shiny. What things are shiny that aren't wonderful? Shiny purple pants.
I think we have a good idea to work with when we go to Castle Vermilion.
Ishtab is easy to please. You find
Gold
things.
and shiny.
Thank you, Ishtab. Now look at the captain. Anything further?
I'm happy at meeting you, Ishtab, and your pants. And he smiles more. Thank you for bringing this back. No hard feelings. She nods. No hard feelings. Can I go back now? And sure, anytime. We will keep it open. Open door policy.
Ishtab, what does the bauble do?
It's mine from the plains. And he tucks it into a pocket.
Call it the bauble of lost opportunity.
Yeah, dude. Good job. I was just curious because it was so precious to you. I was just curious at what it does or what does it mean to you.
He kind of eyes you peculiarly, but still smiling. The captain turns, looks at all of you. I'm just gonna go back. And turns and walks toward the whirlpool. And if nobody stops her, she hops in. And those of you that haven't seen somebody jump in, you see her
Yep.
gone.
Like a big giant toilet.
Yep.
So that's what we look like.
Okay. Guess I'll.
Ishtab, do you
follow
need
s-
anything else from us before we leave? Besides your pants.
And she eyes around the room. I don't believe so.
Very well.
We will do our best to find the most beautiful pants that lie within the walls of Castle Verminia.
And I think you could do it.
I walk into the whirlpool.
Okay.
I'm
Grayson
gonna
kind of
follow
gives a
behind Grayson.
side eye, and it's like,
Yep. Have a good day. And just turn around and walk away.
okay, Zormir.
I'm going to do my best acrobatic dive into the whirlpool.
Okay, you see Zormir jump into the air. Nemoria, I sent you a message.
I didn't get it. Mm. 13.
Okay. As you and Zormir turn to walk to the whirlpool, you feel your muscles tense, and you can't move forward. Zormir, you see him jump up into the air, but you can't find it in the words to say anything to him as you see him swirl around in the whirlpool. And Ishtab walks over in front of you. And he kind of waves a hand, and you feel your muscles kind of regain control, and he looks at you. There is something different about you. Ishtab sees it. Did something happen to you? Did something get taken from you? Ishtab watched what happened in his temple. And you seemed like you missing something. Is that true?
It is.
Tell Ishtab about it.
Can you let me go?
He did.
And I'll be happy to tell you.
He did.
Okay. I offended my god, Bahamut. Greatly. I did.
You see him wave a hand in the air, and this chair like comes up from the ground. And he sits down and crosses his leg and kind of puts his hand on his chin. And he looks into you like intently. Tell me about this Bahamut.
He is the god that I follow. He is the great dragon who gives me my powers as a cleric, and I lost my way when I was a few months past. I lost my way and killed some people that I regret, and with that he took my powers from me.
Just like that. He just takes your powers.
Yes. He's the one that grants me my powers. He's the one that can take them. And I failed him by not following him. But that was my punishment. He took them from me. So now I am a cleric with no powers.
That is a very interesting story. So you are city gods. Ishtab knows some of them. They are all high and mighty. They think they're better than everyone else. Oh, you don't worship me. You don't pray to me. Yes. Yeah. Ishtab kind of want to be like that. What if Ishtab tell you, let's say, he'd give you all your powers. It'd come from Ishtab. And in return, you help Ishtab become a god.
It sounds very inviting and very tempting for your offer. I know you are very powerful. Very powerful. We can see it in your rooms as we go by and see your statues. However, with not to offend you in any way, I want to continue on the path that I am.
But
I
see,
started with Bahamut, and I want to finish with him.
Ishtar give you more power than Bahamut, and you don't have to pray to me. Isn't that much more inviting?
Then what would you want in return?
It's simple. It's simple. Ishtar been thinking about this a long time and not meet anyone like you. So, all I want you to do is spread the word of Ishtar. You walk up to common farmer and say, you know Ishtar? Ishtar help your farms. And then when commoners say, oh, I like this Ishtar. Ishtar gets happy. When Ishtar happy, you are happy. Super
But then
simple.
and then if Ishtab gets mad, then what does Ishtab do?
Ishtar never mad. You're just vengeful.
Yes. And why are you vengeful?
Only when I'm upset. It wouldn't be toward you. I mean, I don't want you to be cruel to people, but, you know, because bullies, nobody likes a bully. But if somebody takes something of yours or be mean to someone, you get them. You like that, don't you? Ishtab like that, and I think you like that too.
So, you have given me lots to think about. So where are you from, Ishtab?
Ishtab originally from the elemental plane of water.
Why are you here then?
It's so boring there. Humanoids much more entertaining.
And
Been
who
here
else
for-
do you have that follows you?
You would be my first prophet. All the other ones I meet that have a god, they say, "Oh no, I love my god. My god is the best, and you can't do that. You'll make my god angry." Blah blah blah. Ishtab says, "Oh, why not? Ishtab a good person, and well, not person, but you get it. But you the first one. You already make your petty god angry." Ishtab not get angry at you. He just wants you to spread his word.
You've given me lots to think about. I cannot make a decision right now. Can you give me a day?
I cannot. I'm sorry. I have to find. Ishtab want to be a god. He has to find something. There are many gifts and benefits to being a follower of Ishtab, but it's one of those. How do some say at the markets? Buy now.
Out of character. You're killing me, Smalls. So, Ishtab, you have make a fine argument, but you've been around for so long, and you are just now wanting somebody to follow you. That kind of seems
no.
odd.
Ishtab want someone to follow him for a long time, thousands of years. But
Then why hasn't anybody?
everyone has these old gods. There are the old ones, and he makes a sour look on his face, and they're so high and mighty, and everyone's, oh, we got to take them. But Ishtab, he's a new god. That's what he wants to be. And who doesn't want to be part of a new god?
So where does your powers come from?
They come from me. You've seen them. And
What are you going to give me
you see him
besides my cleric powers?
do what?
What are you going to give me besides my cleric powers? You said you would give me more.
If you buy now, Ishtar will give you special gift, make you very strong. But all
If
you
you
have
buy
to do,
within 30 minutes,
but if
We
you
like-
all you have to do, spread the word of Ishtar.
And what happens if I do, and let's say I decide I don't want to follow you anymore? Then what happens?
If you think old gods are better, you walk away from Ishtar.
No vengeance from you.
No vengeance, just disappointment like father to son.
I know how that is now.
Yes, just disappointment. You'll forever have my face scowling on top of you like this. And he makes just this awful face. But he will not kill you. He will not make your life terrible. Though I think your life without Ishtab might be terrible. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to sell this here.
I see that.
Yeah, Ishtab have a lot of time to think on his own. Very lonely. This is good conversation.
Well, I've gotten nowhere in the last 2 weeks.
2 days.
What did you say?
It's only been like 2. Well, with the travel from Portstown, it's probably been
That
like
was
5
2 days in itself.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
So it's probably been like 5 days, but yeah.
Yes. And I have had no contact with Bahamut. So, sure, why not?
You accept?
Sure.
He reaches out and places a hand on your shoulder, and you feel your body start tingling at your fingertips, and your hair just starts getting wet, and it just starts dripping down like someone's pouring water on top of your head. as you just feel this inner warmth inside of you. And while you have this warmth, you feel like the rage of oceans inside of you and all that. But then the calmness and peace of a still night. This makes Ishtab very happy. You are the first prophet of Ishtab. Feel free to use that. When you talk to people, say, I am the first prophet of Ishtab. And he reaches into a pouch and he pulls the bauble out. Take this with you. It will keep you strong and keep the connection to me.
I'll take the bauble from him. So, let me see if I have my powers. So I want to hit Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay. You feel your wounds mend and begin to close.
Very well. I will take you up on your offer.
You already did.
Yes. I know I did. I'm just reiterating that.
That's good.
And thank you. I feel like a cleric is bad with no powers. So what does this bauble do for me besides just keep in contact with you?
It will make you stronger. Give me a second, I'm adding it to your sheet. Okay, if you refresh your character sheet, it should be on there.
I'm not down here during this, right? I already
Nope.
got through the work.
Everyone's gone. The rest of you have like all plooped out onto the shore, and you haven't seen Nemoria yet.
Where the hell is she?
How long before we head back in?
I'm gonna pick up a rock and throw it back into the whirlpool.
So if you need nothing of me,
as you're talking to him, this rock goes. Ishtab's first command: tell whoever's doing that to stop. You're making my room messy. But spread the word of Ishtab.
I will. And I appreciate my powers back.
I hope you enjoy it. Ishtab's so excited. He is going to be a god.
I will do what I can for you. Thank you.
Have a good time.
And then I'm jump back into the hole.
And Zoramir, right as you go to throw a rock, here comes Nemoria, and you throw the rock and it hits her. And kind of you just hear ding and spoop as he comes rolling out, or she comes rolling out onto the shore.
What took so long?
Ishtab and I, we had a talk. Well, he talked. I must listen. And at this point, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Bless on everybody. This is what I can do now. And I cast Bless on everyone.
It's been a while since I've felt this feeling.
So you all
You
feel good.
You took powers from that wacko?
Well, I wouldn't quite say he's a wacko. He's just a very nice person. However, he gave me an opportunity to get my powers back. I have, per se, begged and pleaded with Bahamut, and I got nothing from him. So I found an opportunity to be able to help us as a group to go forward. How many times have we come near death?
Glad to hear you have powers, Nemoria. I just hope there's not some twisted catch to this.
I hope we don't take the ire of a dragon god.
Well, it would be sad if he decides not to show himself. I have asked and I have pleaded and I have begged and I have had no signs from him. So I am desperate in my ways, trying to be part of this group, and he offered me something that I couldn't refuse at this point. And then I'll grab and I'll show him the bauble. So I am now holder of the bauble.
Well,
What did he want in return?
Now, this is also very concerning since to most of you, because you just turned that in. And
yes. That was rather quick for him to relinquish that. Are we going to start turning into brainless sea creatures?
No. This bauble is nothing that you would have ever had thought it was. I can make a little hut, and we can breathe underwater.
Indefinitely?
For quite a while.
I think you guys are all forgetting. Gods don't do these things on charity. What did he want in return?
2 pairs of pants?
2 pair of pants. I shall get him 2 pair of pants. We shall see, is all I can say. And then I'll turn around and walk away from the group.
Well, how are you feeling about this?
Well, we've gained a friend in Ishtab and an enemy in Bahamut. This has gone well today.
I beg to differ.
Grayston, what can we expect from this?
Power can be given and can be easily taken away.
Yeah.
I show him I pull up my sleeve and I show the tattoo of Helm.
Helm?
What is this?
Helm is the god of protectors. My family were protectors. Until the church turned on us.
What did you do to make them turn?
I do not like gods. Gods are fickle. We are their playthings.
I would agree. From what I've seen in Nemoria, what I've experienced in my tribe, and now with Nemoria, and now with you.
We already know that Ishtab, in his perceived insult, started taking the guards of this fort and mutating them, turning them into his playthings.
Very disturbing. What you say has merit. The loss of the bauble, which seemed to be dear to him at the time, caused his many, many lives to be taken for the inconvenience. And now he's cast it off willingly to Nemoria.
And she suddenly has powers again.
We should keep an eye on her. But in light of things, she is at full potential, it seems. That is good.
Are there followers we may frequently come across of Bahamut that we should be wary of that might be looking to exact vengeance?
I wouldn't
Just
go
came from a town that came.
Yeah,
We just came from Portstown.
yeah.
I was more meaning on our current path of our journey.
I know
Well,
not.
I know the people at the castle. Are they followers?
You definitely know that in the castle. There are followers of Bahamut there, but there's also followers of a lot of other gods. There's no one religion for there.
Okay, but like Portstown was just Bahamut, correct?
Portstown was just Bahamut, but there's not a temple to Bahamut in Castle Verminia, but there's other temples that are there, and there are believers of Bahamut. But you also know from your knowledge of the gods that there's not a lot of Bahamut temples anyways, so it's a rarity that you would see one in Portstown.
Maybe we just don't put it out there.
Make sure Namori knows that.
Yeah, I don't think she'd want to hear it coming from me.
Meh. Blaylock, you're probably the best giver of that news.
I suppose. And I'll grumble a little. Thinking on what I'm going to have to talk with Namoria about.
So Namoria has walked back inside the fort. Namoria, what are you doing? Are you just going back to your...
I'm going to the bar.
Okay. So you're headed to the mess hall. It is getting into evening time. I mean, you guys have been out and about for quite some time now. In fact, I wouldn't say it's even getting into... You're in evening time. Where do you three want to head?
I'll head back to the fort and meet with the captain, I suppose. I mean, that's where I'm going to go.
Me too. She still owes us some money.
Yep. Yeah, I want my money.
Okay. You walk in. You see her heading toward you. Well, that was weird.
Your fort is safe, and there's possibility of protection from a powerful entity. What do you plan to do about the acquisition of his pants?
We put together supply lists from the castle regularly, so we'll add it to our requisition list and have a variety, shiny, pretty colors. There's going to be questions. We'll figure it out.
Tell them it's for you.
I appreciate your statement, but I'm not sure you've really looked at me. I'm not the shiny pants kind
The
of...
shiny purple pants type?
I don't know if you are hitting on me or...
No.
Oh,
No, please forget
good,
it.
Good. One awkward conversation a day, please. But, the payment. So, what you've done here is beyond measure. And where is your other companion?
She walked in, we don't know.
Okay, just make sure this gets to her.
Oh, yes.
A few of the soldiers, in appreciation for stopping what is happening, have also thrown in some extra coin. So, here you go. And she hands you a bag of 400 gold pieces.
Thank you.
Take that.
Wow, that's nice.
And as per your companion's request, this is the best I could do, and hands you a superior healing potion.
Just one.
Just one.
It's worth 500 gold.
Yeah, but there's 4 of us.
Split it.
To shot
Or
glasses.
4 potions of inferior healing.
You, of course, are
Dang.
welcome to stay here as long as you like. Food and ale are on the house. We can't thank you enough for what you've done, and I hope this partnership is fruitful and not terrifying.
We will find out in due time.
Unfortunately, there's not a lot I can tell you of this entity. I wish I could do more.
I understand. But shall we all go have an ale?
Yes.
Yes.
Captain, I know this day was difficult, but you made the right decision. And taking the steps that you did to go approach Ishtab with humility says a lot about your leadership.
These
And
men and women that serve here are as my children. I care for them. I would die for them. If I have to compliment a powerful creature's pants to keep them safe, I will do it every day.
let's go have a drink.
Let's have an ale. Much too serious today. And she kind of wraps this tree trunk of an arm around your neck, and kind of with the other hand gives you a punch in the arm, and it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Oof.
anyone ever tell you you're puny?
That's a first. Maybe the people back home at my tribe, but yes.
Let's get an ale. And you all walk to the mess hall, and when you do, Namori is there. Namori, what have you been doing while this is going on?
I have been celebrating. I have an ale, and I turn around and see my friends come in and wave them over, and I tell the bartender, get another round with my friends.
Okay. So you all seen Namori in there. She's waving you over to the bar.
I'll join.
Come on over as well.
Okay. All right.
It's been a good day, fellas. A very good day.
And
Especially for you, Namoria.
And Captain Charval takes a mug of ale, and she has such a commanding voice. To our heroes! And everyone's, hey! And then everyone takes a drink. All right. Y'all tell me what you're doing. Ooh, echo.
That's better.
Well, I would like to this celebrating. There's so much to do. And I'll go and I'll sit down, and the games are still playing.
Yep.
Okay. And then we have the Stabby McStabby one, and then we have the card the one with the shuffling cards.
Yep.
Isn't there another one too?
Yeah, but we don't speak about that one.
Yep, there are.
It's the arm wrestling taunting one.
You have grab and stab, mugs, and trifle.
Trifle?
Yep.
Well, I'll try my hand at this.
Which one?
The one with the mugs.
Ah. So you sit down. Oh, yeah, back, I see.
Yes.
You go to play again, okay.
Yes. I'll slap 10 gold down.
Okay, so you put 10 gold down and starts moving the mugs. Roll a perception. It's funny that the combat music played right before that.
Well. Okay, I'm going to use Flash of Genius on there, and then try and keep my eye on that particular cup. Okay. There. 25.
Okay. It looks like it's under cup 4.
Okay, and then I'll pull up cup 4.
All right. You pull it up, and there's the coin. Ah, you found it.
Hmm.
And puts 10 gold on top of your 10 gold and pushes it back to you.
Well, anything else? Have you seen any other games as of late?
Well, you can play some grab and stab or trifle.
Ah, I saw Zoramir do this. This looks easy.
I was going to be headed over to grab and stab as well.
Okay.
Watch this, Zoramir. I'll show you how it's done.
So Blaylock, you
Oh.
get up and walk over the table with grab and stab. Zoramir, you're walking up.
I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna meet up with Blaylock as he's walking up and kind of put my arm around him and spin my dagger in one hand and go up to the table and slam the dagger into the table. Like, my friend here thinks he can give you all a run for your money with this game.
Now, explain this to me again. The rules are a little vague to me.
All you gotta do is make sure to grab that money before you get stabbed in the hand. Simple.
Oh, that is simple. I'll put 5 gold down on this.
Okay.
I am pretty nimble.
And an elven woman sits down beside you. Yeah, I'll play. And both of you roll initiative.
That stabbing old lady.
21.
Okay. All right. You can choose to grab for the coin or wait for the action.
I'm going to wait for the action.
Okay. Roll your dex. Just a dex check.
Hey, good.
No. 9.
Okay.
Oh no!
So, she goes and grabs for the coin, and you grab a knife and clumsily you're like, dunk, and slam it down, and you miss, and she's there spinning the coin in her fingers.
Oh.
Thanks for the gold, and she takes it off the table.
I'm going to step back and bow to Zoramir.
Let me show you how it's done, Blaylock. Not as easy as it looked.
No, clearly not.
All right.
I'm gonna sit down at the table and plop 5 gold down.
Okay. Roll initiative.
Ooh, 24. And I'm
Alright.
going to wait for the action.
All right. Roll your dex.
16.
Okay. You're watching the coin, and then you see the coin disappear, and she's spinning it in her fingers.
I'm gonna pound the table. Person's cheating. There's no way. I'm unbeaten in this game.
You got to be
Demand a second round.
Okay, so she.
I thought I did a different check last time.
Nope.
Really?
That's what I have written down at least. All right, initiative.
Oh, 14.
Okay, you still get a pick.
Okay. I'm going to try and I'm gonna wait for the action again.
Okay, how much gold are you putting down?
We're going double or nothing. Putting 10 gold down.
Okay. All right, roll your dex.
Ooh, 17.
Okay. This time you're watching her, and her hand goes out, and as soon as it does, you like, and just pin it to the table. And then you reach forward and just look her in the eyes the whole time as you tap one finger down on the coin, and slide it back toward you, never breaking eye contact, and then you grab all the gold and put it in your pouch.
There we go. I just needed a little bit of a warm-up round. Blaylock, did you want to try again?
No. No, not at all. This is a modicum of skill that I'm gonna go over here and try this poor lad here.
You don't want to go head-to-head with me?
Fine.
Oh, no.
Okay, before that happens, Grayson and Namori, what are you doing?
I tell Cookie to give me the biggest mug that she's got.
She pulls this. Oh, really? You want that one? 1 second.
Very much so.
She pulls this thing out, and it basically looks like a keg that someone has sawed in half and put a handle on. And she sticks it under there, and she's just looking at you as she's filling the thing full. Really taking this on the house to an advantage, huh? And just never breaking eye contact as it just you just hear it because it's filling up. Oh, damn it. And she moves it to another keg because that one ran out. Finally, she stops it and sets it in front of you. Try not to drink it all in one sitting.
Much appreciated. I take it and I walk out.
Okay, it's heavy. So it's sloshing a little bit on the side, but you're doing your best. Big grin on your face. Namori, what are you doing?
I got 2 mugs in my hand. I'm watching the boys play stab and grab.
Okay, go ahead and roll a Constitution check.
17.
Okay, good for the moment. All right, stab and grab between you two. Both of you roll initiative.
Before, I'm gonna wave over bartender or someone and be like, and request a round of ale for the two of us.
Okay. She brings 2 more, sets one on both sides of the table.
Cheers. We'll need this to dull the pain.
Go Blaylock. By the way, I can heal you if you need me.
I may at that.
Oh no. I rolled a 13 for initiative.
Blaylock, what'd you roll?
Oh man. Right now I rolled a distraction is what I did. Holy cow. Okay. That is 20.
Ooh.
Not natural.
How much money you guys putting down?
Oh, 2.
Okay. 2 gold.
No Zormir.
Remember, Blaylock, you have bless on.
Oh, what is that? A +4 to my
Hey, no cheating. No cheating.
I must help him. You have a huge
Hey,
Bless
this
only
is
lasts
skill.
an hour.
Yeah,
or
I think it
something
only
like
lasts
that,
like
yeah.
what is
Or
it? Is
10
it
minutes.
or is it 10 minutes?
Mano a mano. Raw skill versus raw skill.
Just concentration up to 1 minute.
Yeah. 1 minute.
Oh, yeah.
So it's Bless is done.
Dang it. I was trying.
Okay. So Blaylock, choose whether you want to grab for the coin or wait.
I'm gonna grab for the coin.
Okay. Roll your guys' decks.
Oh man,